Hello, and welcome to this history tutorial on the Religious Settlement. This is for Edexcel GCSE History Elizabethan England. Today we will cover the key features of the religious settlement introduced in 1559. Elizabeth was determined to bring religious stability to England after the years of religious change that came before her. In 1559, Elizabeth passed the Religious Settlement, a clever compromise between Protestants and Catholic beliefs. It was designed to be accepted by as many people as possible, be they Catholic or Protestant. The settlement came in three parts: the Act of Supremacy, the Act of Uniformity, and the Royal Injunctions. Let's start with the Act of Supremacy. This act made Elizabeth the supreme governor of the Church of England. Elizabeth did not name herself head of the Church, as she wanted to appease Catholics because, as we know, they believed that the Pope was the head of the Church. It also stated that every member of the clergy had to swear an oath of allegiance to the Queen. Next, we have the Act of Uniformity. This stated that church services and the Bible need to be delivered in English. The new Book of Common Prayer outlined how church services should be performed. It was also made clear that everyone was expected to attend church on a Sunday and on holy days such as Good Friday. In the churches themselves, some decorations were kept, such as the crucifix, and vestments were also required. Again, Elizabeth did this to keep the Catholics on side, as she wanted to establish a Protestant church that Catholics could accept. Finally, there were the Royal Injunctions. These were introduced to enforce the religious settlement and to make sure that everyone followed it. They set out instructions on how church services should be performed and how people should worship God. Another way the religious settlement was enforced was through the Church of England. Now, the Church of England played a massive role nationally and locally, so they had a big influence. They conducted visitations, which were visits to churches to check that they were following the religious settlement. Anyone in the church that wasn't following the settlement lost their post, and any people that refused to attend the new church services were fined 1 shilling. Back then this was a lot of money, and would have been someone's weekly wage, so people could not afford to lose this kind of money. The Church of England encouraged people to remain loyal to Elizabeth and controlled what was being preached in churches, so it gave Elizabeth greater control in the country. In summary, the religious settlement was Elizabeth's religious compromise. She introduced it to deal with the problem of religion and created a church that could be accepted by both Protestants and Catholics. She made concessions to the Catholics to get their support, and it could be argued this was a success, as for 10 years Elizabeth faced no major challenges to her reign linked to religion. To get further help, visit history.outwood.com, see your teacher in school, or check out quiz.outwood.com for those sweet revision quizzes. You can also follow the Outwood Humanities team on Twitter @OGATHumanities. Until next time, that was a little bit of history.